everyone, I'm Kiana Rose B. Romualdo, the reporter of Group 16. Our topic is History of Handicrafts in the Philippines. So, when we talk about handicrafts, ito yung mga handmade na anik-anik o yung mga ginagawa natin fabric. Philippine handicrafts is a rich tapestry woven from indigenous, ingenuity, foreign and influence and involving cultural needs. It spans thousands of years, reflecting the creativity, resourcefulness, and identity of the Filipino people. When we talk about rich tapestry woven, ito na yung mga textile garments na fabric ginagawa nating handicraft, like parang anik-anik para ilagay lang pang design sa bahay. Minsan ginagawa nating collections and nilalagay sa front door. So it spans thousands of years, reflecting the creativity of Filipino culture, which is yung Filipino culture nga magaling tayo sa mga handicrafts, yung mga handmade na ginagawa natin. So from that, naging creative tayo and may resourcefulness tayo doon kasi nga hindi natin sinasayang mga bagay na dapat itinatapon na. So from that, na-identify nila na we are the Filipino people kasi nga tayo yung mga Pilipino, we are resourceful. Pre-colonial era before 1521, handicrafts is the origin date back to the prehistoric times, with the oldest pottery fragments found dating around the 400 BC. Early communities created items essential for daily life, trade, and spiritual practices using natural materials like wood, bamboo, clay, abaca, cotton, and shells. Era, ito yung mga handicrafts na ginagawa nila, which is the example is pottery, yung mga fragments. Ginagawa nila to, hindi lang basta pang design, ginagamit din nila ito through their essential for their daily life. So, ginagamit nila to yung mga fragments, yung mga pottery na ginagawa nila, like parang mga tasa, yung mga parang bow, yung parang may yung parang balde nila before, ganun yung mga fragments nila. Meron pa yung mga lolo natin ngayon na tinatago. May mga ganun sila dati. So useful yun sa kanila kasi before wala pa naman silang generation na kagaya natin ngayon na high-tech na meron na mga bagay-bagay na hindi na natin ginagawa into handicrafts kasi may mga machines na. So, dati, nung pre-colonial era nila, wala pa naman bentahan, wala pa silang pera. So, they do the trading. So, nagte-trade lang sila, like, nag-exchange sila. So, by that, yung mga bagay na wala sila, pwede lang nila mapalitan through sa ibang tao na meron. So in that way, may spiritual practices sila because they use the natural materials like wood, bamboo, clay, abaca, cotton, and shells. Hindi na sila bumibili, hindi na sila nagtatrying hard para magkaroon kasi nga sa surroundings nila meron na noon. So from that, nagiging resourceful sila and also creative. We have key crafts, which is the weaving, one of the most widespread crafts practiced mainly by women using backstrap looms, textile like tinalak, tiboli, inabel in Ilocos, and malong in Mindanao were not just clothing but symbol of status, tribe, and rituals. When we talk handcrafts, hindi lang siya basta-basta sa kung ano yung bagay na ginagawa mo gamit ang kamay. Basta may bagay kang ginagawa using your hands, hindi lang siya basta handcrafts na meron kasi which is connected sa historical and also sa ating mga ninuno, which is like say for example the malong in Mindanao, uso yan sa amin kasi nga sa Mindanao it represent as handcrafts kasi nga galing to sa mga taong gumagawa, hindi lang basta-basta sa machines. In this slide, above mentioned the tinalak, tiboli, inabel in Ilocos, and malong in Mindanao is not just a clothing type. Hindi lang siya basta cloth na ginagamit. Valuable to sa amin at sa atin as a Pilipino kasi nga ito yung symbol ng status, tribe, at rituals na ginagamit or into the history na kinakalakihan o pinapaniwalaan natin. Used for cooking, storage, and burial purposes. Techniques were passed down through the families which distinct style in religions like Ilocos Sur and Pampanga. Ito yung example ng handicrafts pottery. Yung parang tasa siya, like yung parang bowl siya na ginagamit natin for cooking, storage, and mga ritual purposes. So, commonly sa mga lugar ng Ilocos Sur and Pampanga, meron yan. Ginagamit siya, tinatawag siyang handcrafts kasi nga ginagawa siya through hands. So we have carving. Wood carving was used to create anito, essential image, tools, and utensils. Metalwork included gold, jewelry, braceware, weapons, showing advanced skills, and smelting and forge. Siya basta-basta nagka-carve ka. May mga different way yan siya. Let's say for example, yung images, yung parang face carving, kinakarve ka nila sa sabon, which is yung, may mga, ano kasi tayo niyan, project before, nung elementary, yung sa, perla, nagpapakarve sila ng mga flowers, ganun-ganun. So, yun yung example ng carving, which is hand crafts. So, ginagawa din tong utensils, kasi may carving na display, like sa lola ko, may display siya na parang malaking tinidor na carving. So, which is utensils. Metalwork included gold jewelry, braceware, and weapons. So, yun yung mga kinakarve natin, yung mga sa knife, yung handle niya sa knife, kinakarve yan dito sa amin. Parang minsan ginagawa pa nilang design. Yun yung carving kasi gamit siyang kamay yung ginagamit niya. So, it shows the advanced skills, and as a Filipino, may mga skills tayo sa kamay pa lang, sa pagiging creative natin. It represents that we are a Filipino people. Kasi aside sa resourceful na nga tayo, creative pa tayo. We have basketry. Is made from rattan, buri, and nito. Baskets serve for storage, fishing, and transport, with each region having unique designs. Ito yung example ng basket. Meron pa ngang basket na rattan, meron buri, and nito. Ewan ko, pero commonly nakikita ko siya na ginagamit pa ng mga lola natin. Meron din yung ginagamit nila is parang sawali, like parang sinawali na basket. Yung nilalagay nila ng gulay, nilalagay nila ng isda, nilalagay nila ng damit, yung lahat-lahat kasya na. Yun yung basketry before. Kahit ngayon nag-e-exist pa yan, nakikita ko gumagamit pa ang ibang mga lolo at lola natin. We also have trade. It contacts with Chinese, Southeast Asia, and Indian traders introduce new materials and techniques, enriching local craftsmanship. So, from the word trade, ito yung nag-e-exchange, nagpapalitan tayo ng contact between sa Chinese, sa Southeast Asia, and Indians. Yung mga trine-trade natin, parang nagpo-produce sila doon ng new materials and techniques, kasi nga, yung local community natin, which is tayo as a Filipino, sa Philippines, yung local community natin, known tayo as the magaling tayo sa handicrafts, which is made with hands. So, yung mga items natin, hindi lang na basta-basta natin dinidisplay through sa local community or sa local na lugar natin. But, yung mga ginagawa natin, trine-trade natin yan para sa ibang lugar or ibang bansa, which is wala sila noon. Like, parang hindi common yun sa kanila. So, kapag pumasok yung mga items na handicrafts na nandoon sa ibang bansa, which is above mentioned Chinese and Southeast Asia, India, doon na papasok yung mga traders. Kasi doon na nag-i-introduce sila ng new materials, techniques, enriching local craftsmanship, which is hindi to common sa kanila, kasi sa lugar nila walang craftsmanship, hindi pa known yung ganon. So, by that, nagtre-trade tayo sa kanila. So, nag-i-introduce sila ng new materials Southeast Asia and sa Philippines. Kasi ganon yung trademarks natin. We have Spanish colonial era in 1521 to 1898. Cultural fusion. Spanish influence brought new forms, purposes of 200 crafts religion, became a major driving force, leading to creation of religious art like santos, carved image saints, church altars, and religious and paraphernalia. So, nung Spanish colonial era, nung 1521 to 1898, doon na nila na-realize na yung handicrafts, hindi lang siya basta handicrafts na ginagawang design, ginagawang ganto, kasi may purpose daw siya. So, through the religion, knowledge or purposes, it became a major driving force that leading to creation the religious art, which is yung santo, which is handmade siya, handicraft siya, yung mga nag-curve sila doon, nagka-carving sila doon, they use their hands, paintings, yung mga imaginations, yung images na nandun, which is part ng cultural fusion natin. So we have the new techniques and products. Wood carving include intricate furniture, decorative items, and religious or sculptures, often using hardwoods like molive. This is one example of handcrafts, like new techniques and product. Lagayan ko ng pencils, lagayan ko ng rulers. So ito, gamit to. Ginawa to pang kamay lang siya. Oh, look how pretty clean, kung gaano siya kaganda. So nagiging decorative siya kasi nalalagay ko to minsan sa table and also sa cabinet ko, sa study table ko. Aside from nag-increase siya ng bagong techniques and product, nagamit din siya through religious sculpture using wood and different types of wood na pwedeng gawing furniture or figure ng isang santo. So we have textiles. The pineapple fiber or pinya and juicy like silk, like fabric became popular, like embroidery and lace making. In Iloilo, it became known as the textile capital of the Philippines in 19th century. This is the example of textile. This is the example of embroidery. Handmade siya eh. Hindi lang to, madaming purposes para ng example of embroidery, which is eto. So in Iloilo, it became a textile capital of the Philippines kasi nga sa Iloilo they use embroidery, may mga silks, may mga different fabrics and textile na ginagamit nila na nagagawa nila ng paraan. They do different embroideries, minsan nakahanging, minsan pwede mong ilagay sa bag, and commonly talaga yung pang hangin sa door and sa window natin, which is silver work and goldsmithing, developed product, jewelry, religions, icons, and household items in Bulacan become famous for its silver crafts. So yun, handcrafts nga. Sinasabi ko, hindi lang siya sakop ng fabric, textiles, and yung mga wood. Also metalwork din. As long as ginagamit or ginagawa siya through hands, handcraft ang tawag doon. So yung mga necklace na ginagamit natin, na binibili natin, which is meron pa nga religion icons na nandun, yung pa-cross, yung mga ito metalwork to, handcraft to kasi ginagamit siya ginagawa siya pang kamay. So we have that trade expansion, which is the galleon trade connected to the Philippines, to Mexico and Europe, introducing Mexicans, Europeans design, while Chinese artisans distribute pottery and porcelain making. So yung galleon trade, nakakonect siya sa Philippines hanggang sa Mexico and Europe. So introducing the Mexican and European designs, yung mga jewelry network na ginagawa nila, may trade expansions yan kasi nga may iba't ibang gawa tayo and may iba't ibang creativity tayo. So from that, yung mga gawa ng ibang bansa nagte-trade sa atin, yung mga gawa natin nagte-trade sa ibang bansa. Parang nag-exchange lang, but through that, kasi nga para mas mag-engage yung business na jewelry business nila, kasi nga hindi lang siya basta-basta nanggaling sa isa, but in different types or different ways of making silver work na unique kasi nga galing talaga sa handmade. While Chinese artisans distributed to pottery and porcelain making. So yung mga Chinese, noon naman talaga na mahilig sila sa mga artisan, yung mga pottery na yan, yung mga porcelain making, sa kanila talaga parang paniniwala, history or kagustuhan talaga nila na doon talaga sila nakafocus yung nila, yung beliefs nila sa mga pottery, sa mga artisan. Doon sila magaling, doon sila mas knowledgeable, doon sila mas na-enhance yung paniniwalaan, history nila. We have the American colonial era, which is 1898 to 1946. Modernization and preservation, industrialization brought new tools and materials, but there was also a growing interest in preserving traditional crafts. School and government programs promoted handcrafts as part of cultural education and economic development. Or yung economy natin, kasi nga imbes na tinatapon, ginagawa natin is nagiging creative tayo, and doon naprepreserve yung mga knowledge, yung mga pumapasok lahat, hindi nasasayang. So from that, nagiging unique na nga tayo, nagiging creative na tayo, hindi pa tayo nasasayangan, is nag-e-engage pa yung economic development, kasi nga may mga ginagawa tayo, may trade tayo doon na imbes na tambak lang sa basurahan. So, yung mga traditional handcrafts, minsan nakikita sa school and sa government programs, which is yung mga platforms na nag-i-introduce sila ng mga different handcrafts. Pero, dito sa Zamboanga is, commonly nakikita natin ito sa museum. Andun yung mga handcrafts, artifacts na designs na naka-place lang doon para alam natin yung history at kung saan ito galing. We have new trends. Crafts begins to adapt to Western tested with products designed for export. Weaving, basketry, and wood carving continue to thrive, while new forms like shellcraft, furniture, and making gain popularity. Ito sila. So, yung handcrafts, hindi lang siya nagbibigyan to, like, nag-evolve o nag-e-enhance siya, nagbabago siya. Yung mga handcrafts ngayon, grabe, ang gaganda. May mga flower handcrafts, may mga keychain na handcrafts, may mga wood carving na ang ganda, na like parang it enhanced in a new form. Yung mga shells, scrap, meron ginagawang furniture, meron ginagawang bracelet and quintas. Example, itong flowers sa likod ko, it's a form of handcrafts kasi nga paziwar ang ginagamit dito, kamay-kamay lang. Yung keychain din na nasa likod ko is form of handcrafts kasi nga ang ginagamit nila dito is yarn. Yung mga sumusunod sila sa thread but they're using handcrafts. We have the post-war and contemporary era in 1946 present. So, revival and innovation after World War II, efforts were made to receive declining crafts organization like Philippine Association of Crafts and Folk Arts, which is the PACFA, were established to promote and market local products. Revival and innovation. So, after the World War II, yung ginawa nila is yung organization ng Philippine Association of Crafts and Folk Arts. Ang ginawa nila is establish nila yung handcrafts or handicrafts na ginawa nila to promote and to make it into the market or local products. So doon, yung mga handcrafts, hindi lang siya basta-basta dati before pang trade lang or pang gamit sa bahay, which is nung pumasok yung Philippines Association of Crafts and Folk Arts, dito na-establish na prinomote na nila na yung handcraft pwede na siya ibenta to local products, pwede na siyang i-transport sa ibang bansa, pwede na siyang We have the tourist and global demand. The growth of tourists increased interest in the Philippines handicrafts, making them important cultural ambassadors. Artisans began blending traditional techniques with modern design to appeal global markets. So yung tourist and global demand, ito na yung growth ng tourist na nag-increase sa Pilipinas. So yung handicrafts, ito yung gumagawa ng parang interest sa kanila. It make them important. Yung cultural ambassador, yung artisans began blending in traditional techniques with modern design, which is to appeal to the global markets. So yung turista dito sa Pilipinas, nagkakaroon sila ng interest dun sa handicrafts na ginagawa natin kasi nga hindi kasi common sa kanila yung mga meron tayo dito sa Pilipinas. So parang nagkaka-interest sila doon. So yung mga artisans nandun, parang nagkakaroon sila ng traditional techniques, which is yung mga modern design, nagkakaroon ng appeal sa kanila. So by that, parang naengganyo sila doon sa gawa natin. So ang ginagawa kasi nila is parang trade, yung iba trade, yung iba binibili nila hanggang sa lumaki, hanggang sa gagawin na nilang global market. like parang lumaganap yung handicrafts na meron tayo dito sa Pilipinas kasi nga commonly sa lugar lang natin meron yan. And then hindi common sa iba, so doon na pumapasok na yung mga different trademarks, yung different handicrafts sa ibang bansa. So from that nagiging global market siya kasi ang daming may gusto sa handicrafts na gawa natin, which is attracted yung commonly yung mga turista. So we have the sustainability and recognition. So today, handicrafts are recognized for their cultural value and contribution to the economy. Many artisans use sustainable materials and practices, and Philippine crafts are exhibited and sold worldwide. The government and cultural institutions continue to support preservation through workshops, festivals, and museums. So as of now, may sustainability and recognition. Nare-recognize na yung handicrafts na gawa natin through governmental, through preservation, to workshop and festival. Andun yan. Commonly sa festival, may mga nagabenta ng handicrafts. Sa museum, meron history of handicrafts and doon nakadisplay. Sa government naman, ito yung mga cultural institution na ipinaglalaban nila kasi nga pwede siya into a local product, pwede siya to global product kasi gawa natin siya. So, ang Philippine handicrafts ngayon is nag-e-engage siya. So, through that, mas nare-recognize natin ang kagandahan at kung gaano ka-effort ang mga Pilipino sa paggawa nito. Hindi lamang galing sa garments, textiles, sa different, kundi through their passion, how passionate they are when they doing that purpose, they're doing that handcrafts, they're doing that flowers. So ngayon, may mga trendsetter kasi talaga. Yung mga handcrafts before, like parang hinahandle lang sa door, yung mga ginagawa lang sa window, yung mga ganun. Pero ngayon, iba na. Nag-engage na, may mga trends na, may mga Gen Z na. So, ang ginagawa nila to engage, to enhance the handcrafts, yung mga artifacts na ginagamit is yung mga flowers, which is made with handmade. Handmade siya. Yung mga design sa bag, handmade din. Yung mga keychain, yung mga anik-anik na uso ngayon, handmade siya. So, through that, nare-recognize nila na handicraft siya, na handmade siya.
Good day, ma'am. Good day, everyone. So, my name is Shayna Angeles, BTV from HVAC 2B. So, today, I'm going to demonstrate awareness about history. So, to show awareness of this history means having a full understanding kung gaano ka-importante ang mga handicrafts sa ating society. Hindi lang ito basta pagkilala sa mga gawa. Ito ay ang pag-a-appreciate sa history, sa galing ng pagkakagawa at sa malalim na meaning na dala ng bawat produkto. Realization ito na ang mga crafts na ito ay legacy ng ating mga ninuno na nag-uugnay sa past at present. So, at responsibilidad natin na panatilihin ito para sa future natin. So, first, identify key periods. Explain how handicrafts evolved from pre-colonial survival tools to colonial religious art and modern cultural products. Ang history ng Filipino handicrafts ay refleksyon ng journey ng ating bansa noong pre-colonial times. So, ginagawa lang ito para sa survival at daily needs. Nung dumating ang mga mananakop, naging religious art at decorations naman ang focus dahil sa influence ng bagong kultura. At sa panahon ngayon, these crafts serve as symbols na lang ng ating cultural identity, talent, at pride. So, next, number 2, name representative crafts. Mention examples like tinalak, weaving, Bigan pottery, Marawi brassware, and Bulacan silverwork, linking them to their regions and historical context. Anong kultura natin sa buong kapuluan? Meron tayong tinalak, weaving sa Mindanao, classic pottery sa Bigan. magagandang brassware sa Marawi at sadyang magagandang silverwork at alahas sa Bulacan. Bawat rehiyon may kanya-kanyang specialty at masterpiece na nagpapakita ng galing ng mga Pilipino. So that's how our country or history noon, ganyan kaganda yung natin, yung lugar natin. Okay, so number 3, recognize influences. Discuss how indigenous skills combined with Chinese, Spanish, American, and other foreign elements shape Filipino craftsmanship. So, ang craftsmanship natin ay parang isang beautiful tapestry o tela na gawa sa iba't ibang kulay. Or so, dito patawag sa sa Zamboanga sa atin, 'di ba, is malung, mostly, 'di ba, malung. So nagsimula ito sa sarili nating diskarte at galing, pero lalong gumanda dahil nakuha rin natin ang magagandang techniques at designs galing sa mga Chinese, Spanish at Americans. Pinaghalo-halo ang lahat at at nabuo yung style na talagang unique at Filipino style talaga siya. So, appreciate cultural significance. Understand that handicrafts are not just objects, but carry stories, beliefs, and the identity of the Filipino people. So, dito sa appreciate cultural significance, dapat nating maintindihan na ang mga handicrafts ay hindi lang basta bagay o binibentang produkto. So, sila ay representasyon ng ating history, values, beliefs, at lifestyle. Bawat piraso may dalang kwento at spirit ng gumawa. Sila ang nagsisilbing tulay mula sa nakaraang papunta sa kasalukuyan. So, 'di ba, like for example na dyan yung malung. So, 'di ba noon meron na yan. So, hanggang ngayon, 'di ba, mostly meron nakikita tayo na may gumagamit pa rin ng ganun. So, yun na. At sumisimbolo ito sa pagkatao ng ating bilang Pilipino. The last one is support local artisans, value, promote authentic handmade products, helping to keep these traditions alive for future generations. So here, support local artisans. So what do we mean by support local artisans? So, support local artisans, ang pagkakaroon ng awareness ay dapat sinusundan din ng aksyon para ma-preserve ang ating heritage. Dapat nating tangkilikin at suportahan ang mga local artisans so for example na dun is sa pagbili at pag-value ng authentic products, natutulungan natin sila or ang kanilang kabuhayan at nasisiguro na ipapasa pa ito at ma-appreciate ng next generation. So, by that, parang yung mga beliefs, mga ginagawa ng history Filipino is ginagawa pa rin natin up to this generation.